Today we're going to show you how to paint a beautiful watercolour galaxy. Start by taping down your watercolour paper using masking tape to create a border. I'd recommend pressing the tape against your clothing or some fabric to remove some of the tackiness. This will stop your paper tearing when you remove the tape. Smooth it down so the paint doesn't seep under the edges. Next, you're going to wet small sections of your paper and start applying the watercolour paint. I'm mixing together different shades of blue with patches of purple and pink. You can use a wet brush to blend the colours together. You want it to be darker at the edges and lighter in the middle. It's okay if it looks a bit rough at this stage. When you've finished your first layer, leave it to dry completely before moving on to the next stage. Now we're going to start layering up the colours. We're going to keep adding shades of blue, purple and pink. Ideally, we want to keep a lighter area going diagonally across the paper to create the galaxy effect. If you realise you've added too much paint, you can remove some of it by using your brush. This technique is called lifting. Simply press your brush against the wet paint, then wipe it on some paper or kitchen towel. Repeat the process until you've removed as much paint as you want. You can also dab the area with some kitchen towel if you like. Once you've finished this layer, leave the painting to dry completely. If you want the colours to be really intense, you can go over it again and add a third layer of paint. Again, you need to make sure it's completely dry before you move on to the next step. Now for my favourite bit, adding the stars. You need to use a fine brush for this part. You can use either white gouache paint or white acrylic paint for this. Work across the paper, adding little white dots to look like stars. Vary the size of the stars so that it doesn't look too uniform. I'm going to concentrate the stars in two bands across my painting to create the Milky Way effect. This bit is very time consuming, but the more stars you paint, the prettier it will look. So don't rush. When the painting is dry, peel away the masking tape to reveal your finished watercolour galaxy painting.